Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me today is Alexandra Woodyer-Sharon. She is the president and CEO of Empress Royalty. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you: EMPR on the TSX Venture and EMPYF on the OTCQB. And Empress Royalty will be presenting at the upcoming Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek, happening September 13th through 16th, 2022. For more information, please visit precioussummit.com. And with that, Alexandra, thank you so much for joining me today. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having us.
It's great to have you. So this is our first time doing an interview with Empress Royalty. So can you start us off with a quick overview and history of the company?
Yeah, absolutely. So Empress Royalty, we listed on the TSXV about 18 months ago. We are a precious metals royalty and streaming creation company. We're focused on revenue and creating value for our shareholders. We currently have a portfolio of 17 investments. We started with 13 exploration. We've layered in 4 investments, one being a producing mine in Peru, we've got a gold stream on. We've received about $1 million revenue on that one to date. We also have 2 development projects, which are just becoming mines. One is a silver stream on a mine in Mexico. The other one is a gold royalty in a project in Mozambique. And then we have a development project also in Mexico. So we've invested $19.5 million to date US into the portfolio. We're forecasting about $29 million in revenue to the end of 2025. Our net asset value of the portfolio is about $46 million, and our market cap is $21 million US.
Very good. All right. So, we were just talking offline. I've done a number of interviews with a few royalty and streaming companies in the last few weeks here. What would you say makes Empress Royalty unique and different compared to some of your peers out there?
Yeah, I mean, there's been a lot of new entrants to the royalty and streaming space in the last 2 years. And I really think there's sort of 3 different categories, especially in the junior side you can look at. There's the exploration, the prospect generators. So there's, it's pretty inexpensive to acquire or to create. But there's the exploration risk. No guarantee it'll turn into a mine. If it does, there's a long lead time to revenue. And the second category, the way we look at it is there's the trading acquisition companies. So they're buying existing third-party royalties, but it's become a really crowded space, part of a competing bid process, paying a premium. And there's also no direct relationship with the mining company or the opportunity to negotiate that contract. At Empress, we're focused on the creation and origination. So we work with mining companies to either get mines into production or to help them expand their production capacity. We have that direct relationship, so we're able to really negotiate the contract so it works for everybody, because everybody has to win for this to move forward. And also we're able to do a lot of due diligence and really make sure the projects that we're investing in are going to be successful, and that we are able to really target our investment dollars on ones that will create revenue for Empress.
Absolutely. So what was your background prior to Empress?
Yeah, so my background is I'm ex-PwC, and then I joined a group called Endeavor Financial, which is a leading mining investment bank, as an analyst, worked my way up through the ranks to become director of structured finance. And was in London for about 10 years doing big debt financing deals in South America and Africa. So I teamed up with my old team. So Endeavor Financial is run by David Rhodes, who's our executive chairman, and Endeavor is a large shareholder also in Empress. This gives me access to their cash flow modelers, financial analysts, engineers, geologists, to not only source unique deals, which we've proven we can do, but also help quickly vet deals and structure them. I mean, the whole concept from Empress really came from Endeavor seeing larger streaming companies doing big ticket sizes, $100 million plus, and the junior and mid-tier size companies didn't have access to that same kind of financing. And that's why we created Empress, to create these streams, again, to get mines into production or to help them expand upon their production capacity.
So one of the reasons I enjoy speaking with royalty and streaming companies is you kind of get to pull some what's going on in junior mining, because you're on the front lines, helping to finance certain projects, help them get them over the hump, and I just did an interview recently with another one of your peers out there where I was kind of joking with them saying, things have changed. Last year I had a lot of juniors saying we were near-term production, and now this year you're seeing more news about just expanding the resource. And some of what he was saying was that, some of those near-term producers were just getting bought out. And what's interesting that I'm hearing about Empress is that you're kind of positioning yourself for those juniors that have the resource, they have pre-fit, they're kind of getting their next stage to going to production. And yet some of those projects might have been already taken out within the last 6 to 12 months. So, why did you end up going down this road? And are you still seeing that same kind of deal flow, despite the fact that you're now also competing with majors for just takeouts?
Yeah, I mean, we play in the smaller side of the market. So we're not, it's definitely the more junior companies, it's the smaller producers. And they're both public and private. So just talking about the private one first, these are private operators, in more interesting jurisdictions like Peru and Mozambique that are seeing the commodity prices go up and they don't have access to the capital markets. They don't want to take on debt or take on more debt. And that's we're able to come in and provide them with a royalty stream to help them expand their capacity. So we love those types of deals, and we have a lot of opportunities in that side. And we've been out there for the last 18 months, really building our pipeline of opportunities we're looking at. And then with the public companies, some of the equity markets have dried up for them. So projects, or they've gone through cost overruns. So projects that might have had the right amount of equity and debt and maybe just missing a small amount or missing a bit more now. And that's what we're able to provide, that final piece of the puzzle for financing. So, we are able to benefit of whether the market's doing really well or not for our pipeline. And we've got those opportunities in front of us where, we're looking at a lot of things at the moment, and we go through a rigorous due diligence process as we can, and that's using our expertise of being in the industry for 30 years and our whole, team, management board, Endeavor Financial to really vet those opportunities. We're focused on quality over quantity. So if the deal doesn't check out technically, we don't move it forward. And as much as I'd love to put out a new one every week or every month that we've got a new royalty, unless it makes sense, we're not doing it. And we're all big shareholders in this company. So we're very much aligned to make sure that we're getting the right deals in that provide that long-term revenue for Empress and really allow us to create real value for our shareholders.
Very good. All right. So to close us out here today, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's near-term value catalysts that folks should pay attention to?
Yeah, so we have a lot of near-term catalysts happening. Our mine that we invested in, I mentioned in Peru, is expanding their production capacity. So that should be happening towards the end of this year. The one we invested in Mexico that's just started production, we've received the first silver credits last month. That will be getting full commercial production by the end of this year, beginning of next. So that will be increasing our revenue. And then with the one in Mozambique, that project's done their first gold pour. We'll be receiving revenue hopefully soon. And then that one will be ramped up fully by the end of the year too. So quite a few catalysts happening with our existing portfolio of investments that's doing nothing else. But as I mentioned, we've done a lot in 18 months. We want to continue to build the portfolio. We can reinvest the money we're receiving from our investments, about $5 million over the next 12 months is what we're forecasting. We can reinvest that. We have access to a debt facility. So we can continue to build our portfolio and bring some of the exciting opportunities in our pipeline turn them into investments.
Very good. Well, Alexandra, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on Empress Royalty?
Yeah, our website, empressroyalty.com. Our presentation's up there as well. There's also the email address on there, which is info@empressroyalty. And either myself or Caitlin will respond back to any emails or questions. We're also happy to jump on calls with any interested parties and walk you through any questions or go through the deck with you as well.
Very good. Well, Alexandra, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck. Stay safe. And I'll see you in Beaver Creek.
Can't wait. Thanks so much, Robert.
Thank you. And again, Empress Royalty will be presenting at the upcoming Precious Metal Summit Beaver Creek happening September 13th through 16th, 2022. For more information, please visit precioussummit.com.